Look at what it's giving. Oh my god. Hi guys, it's me Goose and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am so excited to be finally reviewing this makeup product, and that is the Fenty Beauty Eaze Drop Blurring Skin Tint. I have been trying to get my hands on this thing ever since it dropped a few months ago, and it is always out of stock, like consistently, and I almost gave up, but I'm so happy I didn't because I finally have my hands on the skin tint and I'm going to be reviewing it for you guys today. I mean, there's so much hype around skin tints currently. Every single brand is coming out with a skin tint, with a skin tint, with a skin tint. So I personally wanted to find out for myself, like, what is it giving? What is a skin tint giving that a foundation isn't? I am so excited to be finally getting to review this for you guys. If you guys want to see how this review is gonna go, if you guys are interested, then keep on watching. We're gonna be getting right into the demo. There are 25 shades available of the Eaze Drop Skin Tint, and the way in which you find your match is that you can go on their website and actually find your match through the use of your old Profiltr foundation shade. So if you know your shade from the previous Profiltr foundations, then you will easily be able to link to your match out of the 25 available shades. And I am in the shade 17 in the Eaze Drop Skin Tint, but in the Profiltr I am in the shade 385. This one was purchased on the Harvey Nichols website for about 330 pula, which is equivalent to about 430 rands. I will leave the link to the Harvey Nichols store in my information bar below. It says to shake the product well, so I'm just gonna give it a good shake. And then it's just in a squeeze bottle. So this is not glass. This is not glass. It's like a plastic and you squeeze it. This is how the tip looks. I personally think that I like that you can apply it like that because it's so easy to just put to your face and it's quick. And I think it also, because it's so tiny, like the opening is so tiny, you know, it's less prone to like stuff entering. So it's like pretty clean and hygienic. So I'm going to split the application into two. One side of my face I'm going to use a brush and a foundation brush, and on the other side I'm going to use a beauty blender, just so that we can see if there is really much of a difference. And then I have pigmentation all over my face and dark marks. I would usually color correct, but just so that I can test how the coverage, how far the coverage can stretch, I'm not going to color correct today. I usually color correct even under my eyes and everything, but I'm not going to do that for the purpose of this video. I'm going to take a foundation brush, and this one is the Morphe M439 brush. I'm just going to stipple it into my skin. Now, some of the claims on this skin tint are that it provides an instant skin blurring effect. It is buildable with light to medium coverage, and it also provides a hydrating diffused effect, as well as has a humid and sweat proof and a transfer proof effect. And then lastly, my favorite, or the one I'm looking the most forward to, is that it is as light as air. So let's see if those are true. Okay, so far it's blending out really, really beautifully. I'm not mad at the way that it is blending out. Okay, this is how it looks so far. It looks like second skin. I'm kind of excited. Back with my brush and just going in on the forehead. I can definitely tell it's thin. It's a thin consistency, a little bit runny, but not as runny as I thought it would be. I've seen runnier products, which makes sense if they're trying to make it feel as light as air. And by the way, I still can't feel anything on the side of my face. I can't feel like I've put anything on. So far I think that might be very true, but let's wait until we get to the end. Okay, so far I've done one side of my face, as you guys can see. It just looks so beautiful. I almost can't even tell in the mirror that I have something on. Genuinely, I almost can't tell that I have something on. So this is off to a really good start. Let me do the other side with a beauty blender, and then I can compare the two sides. So here I'm just gonna take a beauty blender and I'm just gonna go in as I usually would on the side of my face. It says that you can use your hands, but I don't want to do that, honestly. And I have watched a few reviews before and I have noticed that people would use their hands. I don't know if that's the preferred method of application from Fenty, but I'm just not gonna do that. So sorry Fenty, I'm gonna stick to a brush or a beauty blender. That's what I think. Okay, so I have one layer all over my face. This side of my face I use the brush, this side of my face I use a beauty blender, and just right off the bat I think I am leaning more towards this side with the brush. And if you know anything about me, you know I'm a die-hard beauty blender type of girl. I don't really reach for foundation brushes when I'm doing complexion, so it's just interesting because I feel like this side looks a lot more blurred than it does this side. And it provided a lot more coverage this side. It looks a little more appealing to me from the jump. For now, I think my preferred side is the brush. And then as for the coverage and the shade match, I think it is spot on. I think it is spot on. I am not complaining about it. What I'm curious to find out is if it's going to oxidize, because one thing about all the Fenty complexion products that I have noticed is that they oxidize. I mean, I have 2 of their foundations and both of them oxidize. So I'm just curious to see if the skin tint is going to do the same or not, because I really hope it doesn't. I really hope it doesn't. It's such a beautiful formula. I can't feel anything. I cannot feel anything. It literally feels like I've just put on moisturizer with a brush and then with a sponge this side. So I just want to test how true the buildability is. I never ever do 2 layers of anything. So just to test out the claim, and also just to try cover up some of the dark marks that are coming through here. I don't know if you guys can see them. I can, even around my mouth they're still showing. But they did say that you can build this up, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a little bit more this side and use the same beauty blender just to see if I'm gonna get a little bit more coverage. It worked. It definitely worked. I can tell you 1000% that it is very buildable, although I wouldn't go any further than this. Looking at myself, I do look like I have a lot more coverage this side than I have on this side, but that's because on this side I wanted to test the buildability of the product, and on this side I don't think I need to do that. This is really giving me like the everyday kind of complexion product, and I'm so excited to be adding this to my kit. Okay, before I talk too much, let me go off screen and just finish off the rest of my makeup as I normally would, and then I'll come back to give you guys my final thoughts on the skin tint. Back at it again. Final thoughts on this bad boy. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. Personally, this wins, okay? Let me tell you why. I don't even know if I got into this, but this is 32 milliliters of product. This is 32 milliliters of product, which is 2 milliliters more than the normal foundation bottle. The standard foundation bottle is usually 30 milliliters. So it's already a yes for me because it gives us more product. I like how you dispense off the product by squeezing. I love the tip. It's so, like, you know, germ friendly. Like it won't get dirty. You won't have things coming in there because it's such a tiny little precise hole, and it's easy application. I love that. And then when we get into the product, you guys, I feel absolutely nothing on my skin. I thought maybe it will kick in and I'll start feeling a little something, but I feel zero. That claim is definitely true. As for the skin blurring effect, I'll be honest, I didn't see a huge difference because I am sort of porous around here, and I can see my pores. I don't see too much blurring, but on application I did see a very slight skin blurring effect. The color match is on point, and so far I can't see any oxidizing of the product like I usually would have seen by now with the Profiltr foundations that I mentioned that I have, and that they always oxidize. So that for me already, like, Fenty Beauty, well done, like, well done. I can't wait to test this out in the hotter seasons, because right now it's kind of like August. It's definitely warming up, but it's not hot, so I definitely love to test out the whole sweat proof and humidity proof claim that they have on the website. Right now I'm just going to do a transfer proof test just to see, although honestly I don't believe in transfer proof tests that much, because sometimes it just depends how much you've set your makeup, as opposed to, you know, because sometimes you could set it a lot and really hold it intact, whereas somebody could put a light powder over it because that's their preference, right? But I don't know, it's just my personal opinion. Let's see if this will budge. See that? I don't know if it's the way that I set my makeup, but like I said, we all have different ways of setting our makeup. Some people put pressed powder all over their face and let it sit. Some people will bake. I don't do none of that. So for me, transfer proof tests, I don't take them personally, because as long as I look the way I want to look, I'm not too worried about it transferring, because I'm not about to go to sleep in my makeup at the end of the day. I don't know, I feel like transfer proof only really works like if you're going to be doing the most. But I guess this is important for face masks. You know, our new normal includes face masks, and it will probably lift if you don't super set your makeup around your mouth area. So maybe moving forward I will play around with that and make sure that I set my mouth area excessively with pressed powder, or loose powder, sorry, with loose powder. And that for me, you guys, concludes this review. I absolutely have nothing bad to say about this product, and I feel like for me there's more pros than cons, you know, even after the review. At the end of the day, it's a skin tint, it's not a foundation, and look at what it's giving. Look, just see, please. I'm happy with the purchase. I'm happy that it's the newest addition into my makeup kit, because I can already tell it is going to become a staple. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Goose Katai. Subscribe to the channel, join the family. It's absolutely free. You are welcome. Until next time, thank you and ciao.